What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Leo. So back here again for another video. Man, today we got another video uploaded by the Heavy Spoilers. This one, Squid Game. Every ending clue that things you missed and hidden details. I don't know why I read it so slow, but anyways, Squid Game. Every ending clues, things you missed, spoilers, all that's going to be contained in this video. Hidden details. You know what I'm saying? Because I checked out the series. I bought into the hype. Everyone's talking about it, man. It's crazy. The one dude, the one bully guy, even I think tweeted or Instagram or something like that. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to all you guys for making me a millionaire. Like, apparently, like, it's Netflix's biggest show, and I think movie too. So it's like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The one actor chick, I don't know how to say her name, hoyeon. You know what I'm saying? She's got like 13 million followers, and she's like the new ambassador for Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy. Anyways, we better check this out. Heavy Spoilers. Dropped some amazing content. Last time we watched him, I believe we watched the Venom ending post-credit scene. We watched that video. Probably be up there somewhere if you want to watch that. With that being said, we're gonna check out this one. Let's get, man. Let's go. But before we do that, y'all let me know down below in the comments, man, how was your day? Hopefully it was pretty good. If it wasn't, hopefully this makes it just a little bit better. Let's get it. Let's go.
Okay, so did you know that the players in Squid Game could have actually seen what games they'd be playing before they even played them? Between the matches, the characters were all placed into a room filled with bunk beds, and though this seemed just like a rest area, if you look at the walls, they're actually filled with significant markings. As the beds get
I thought about this
away,
one day.
it's revealed that these paintings are actually all of the games that the players would be playing throughout the tournament. First is Red Light, Green Light. There's also the Honeycomb game, Tug of War, the Glass Hopping one, the Three at the Table, and lastly the titular Squid Game. The series itself is filled with clues to the eventual reveals,
I didn't even
and
pick
this
that
is
up.
also the case with the player who's behind the entire thing. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and throughout this video we're going to be breaking it all down, but I just want to give a huge spoiler alert for the series. If you haven't checked it,
Are they coming out with the season 2? Y'all let me know. Hopefully they are.
Thumbs up the video and also subscribe to the channel. With out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into Squid Game. Okay, so at the end of Squid Game, we learn that it was Ilnam all along.
Yeah, that really threw me off.
The games as a form of entertainment for him and his rich buddies who had become bored with life. We learn that he had actually got involved in the one that we see in the show because he was dying and wanted a final bit of fun in his life before it was too late. The ending was absolutely incredible, and the scene had Ji-hun saying goodbye to the character as he lay on his deathbed. This last meeting actually reflected their first one, in which he too encountered the character as he sat in a bed. It was a pretty big twist that pulled the rug out from under your feet, but eagle-eyed viewers might have spotted early on that there were several clues pointing towards his true identity. Now, the first one is that he is number 1, the very first player. If we look at the subtext of the series, Ji-hun is the final number, and throughout we watch as he very much works his way to first place, aka Ilnam. In the final episode, he's left as number 1. He inherits a large portion of the character's fortune and comes face to face with him in one of the final scenes. 1 is symbolic on a number of levels, and because it's the first place, it also hints to us that Ilnam is number 1 and that he's the one controlling everything. In episode 5, Wang Junho sneaks through the compound, and he eventually finds a storage room with files on all of the games that have happened over the decades. Upon opening the 2021, the first player there is actually number 2, and Ilnam's profile is completely missing. There is no file for number 1 because he doesn't need or want to keep a record for himself.
That's
the players
smart.
in the game also because he doesn't need or want to keep a record for himself. The other players in the game
didn't pick up on that. That's crazy.
Towards us that something is off with Ilnam, and though it's not too obvious, when you really think about it, he wouldn't be someone that would be selected for the process. Everyone else in the Squid Game is roughly the same age, whereas he's extremely elderly.
Old. Yeah, I thought that was a little weird.
Brain tumor, and thus, even if he did win the life-changing money, it wouldn't last that long. Though he gives his reasons as to why he wants it, from what we know about the games and the players that have been selected in the past, they're all roughly between 20 and 40, and he's a complete outlier in all of this. Now, the games themselves are also major giveaways too. Throughout the series we watched, as he said, they were all things that he'd played as a child, and in retrospect it becomes blatantly obvious that he selected them himself because they're what he knows. On repeat viewings, it's clear that each of them are something that he not only played as a kid, but they're also things that he's very, very good at. And the first thing they play is Red Light, Green Light. Whilst the other players are absolutely terrified for their lives, he gleefully struts about whilst the Terminator's back is turned, and even stops before it looks back to face the crowd. He knows all of the lyrics to the song that the machine sings, and therefore knows to stop in advance before it ends and turns back around. If we look at the clip of the targeted
snap.
players, you might also notice something different about him. The one directly to his left and all of the other ones to the side
are like
have
a dark
slight
green
overlay that appears over the top
and
of
it's
him.
not over him.
If we look at the
Oh,
players to his
snap.
right,
So
outside
even if he did move, you know what I'm saying, at when the bot thing or whatever had spotted him, he wouldn't have probably been targeted, because, you know what I'm saying. Oh wow, that's smart. You know what I'm saying. I didn't pick up on that.
the girl crouching down beside him, this is also the case too. Everyone other than him in this girl's tracksuit appears slightly green, and I
Right.
believe that this machine sees him without the glow because it's been programmed not to shoot him.
Right.
If this theory
That's
is right, then he
crazy.
also has a protective ring around him that stops the machine from firing at people in his vicinity in case it misses.
Like that
and that's
girl
why
right
the
there,
girl to
got
his
you.
right is also safe too. Immediately after this game, the players decide to cast a vote on whether they should end the tournament or not. He is the one who makes the choice in the end and casts the deciding vote to end the
end it.
game. This subtly shows his power over the entire thing, and I actually think that he carried this out for a specific reason. He wanted to give the players a chance to walk away from it all knowing the stakes, and if they
Right.
came back, then that would ease his conscience slightly, as the choice was theirs.
Yeah, I think that's
So
why
cut to the
he did it.
honeycomb game, and Ilnam ends up choosing the star. Though this seems like a very complex shape, there's not actually any bends in it like the circles or umbrellas. Though you might think it's easier to have the triangle's lines are longer, whereas the stars are shorter, so there's less to cut through before you hit an edge. Being completely honest though, yeah, the triangle is a pretty easy shape too.
Yeah.
But Ilnam didn't exactly have one of the difficult ones either. And next we jump to episode 4,
umbrella
in
was
which a
tough.
fight breaks out during the night. Throughout, Ilnam hides away from the carnage up on one of the bleachers, and he ends up begging for the fighting to stop. Even though up until this point, it seemed like the front man was completely in control.
I think he was
immediately
telling the
sends
front
guards
man to
in
stop.
because Ilnam requests it. Another
Ah.
clue is that his bed is the only one that isn't flipped, and this is because the guards likely know who he is. Next, they play a game of tug of war, and because of their players, it seems like Ilnam's team are about to be sent to their deaths. However, he is the one who tells them how to win, and because of his guidance, they
They
easily
actually
beat the
won.
much stronger
Yeah,
team.
that was crazy.
Ilnam had clearly played the game hundreds of times before and knew the best strategy to take. Any team with him was destined to win, and the fact his strategy works definitely proves this. The final game in which he takes part is the marbles one, and this also has a lot of clues in it. Throughout it, it seems like the character is
He
struck by
kept
dementia,
recognizing
and
he kept recognizing the whole landscape or the place or whatever area as like his old home, and saying, "Oh, we used to play here, and this is my old house," and like, it makes a lot of sense. I thought he was just being like an old man. He was probably just had dementia or something, but now this was actually like his home or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was modeled like crazy, man.
Constantly walks around looking for his house.
Right.
This game not only pulls from his childhood, but the area does too, and unless the Squid Game organizers were psychic, then they'd have no way of knowing what his home looked like.
Right.
Throughout the episode, everything he says is brushed away as the ramblings of someone with the disease, but knowing what we know, it becomes all the more obvious that he's
Crazy,
in control.
man.
In the end, he seems to find his home, and personally, I believe that this is a perfect recreation of it. He's giving the game away because throughout the entire season, he's letting us know that all of the challenges and environments are based on things from his life. He lets Ji-hun win, and the character is then seemingly killed off camera, but we know that isn't the case. If we look closely at the gate that Ji-hun has just walked out of, we can see that he's no longer there.
Oh,
and
yeah,
though
he
the rest of
disappeared.
the court is filled with bodies, his is
Yeah.
completely missing. Now, knowing what we know, a question you may have is why did Ilnam end up leaving the game at this point when he was still invested in playing? Well, the next game is the deadly hopscotch one, and this is by far the most unpredictable of the lot. If he didn't end up getting put in last place, then there would be a danger that the person behind him could push him to his death, like what we see
Good
in the
point.
episode. There's
Putting
also
him
the
at risk.
possibility that due
Yeah,
to his
that
brain
makes
tumor,
sense.
he may have forgotten along the way which glass to step on, and he simply couldn't risk it.
Yeah, that
Now, that
makes
is
a lot
of
of
course a
sense.
theory, but overall, going back and knowing what we know, I actually think the series becomes better on a second watch. Now, obviously, I'd love to hear if you spotted any other ones below, and if this is your first time here, then I hope you enjoyed your trip to the Heavy
I
Spoilers
did.
show. We are running a competition right now and giving away 3 copies of the Zack Snyder DC trilogy, and all you have to do to be on the chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the video. We pick the comments at random at the end of the month, and the winners of the last one...
I like that last comment right here. This one, I like the first one too. Tobey Maguire says, "Pizza time. This will be the best Marvel movie, hands down." I agree. Rats are the lowliest and most despised of all creatures. True. my love. If they have purpose, so do we all. That was a beautiful moment in the Suicide Squad.
On screen right now, so if that's you, then message me on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out our breakdown of Squid Game, which will be linked on screen.
Oh, he's got a breakdown?
We've also done one for Midnight Mass, and both of those series are really, really good. So yeah, hopefully I see you over there right after this. If not, then thank you for staying until the end. I've been Paul, you've been the best, and I'll see you on the next one.
Alright.
Take care, peace.
Alright. Thank you, Heavy Spoilers, for letting us know about that ending clue and hidden details we missed throughout the series. I missed throughout the series. Maybe you guys picked it up, but I didn't catch them. Anyways, I very much did enjoy the series, and I might over the weekend decide to watch it over again a second time. You know what I'm saying? The first time I watched it with the English voiceover dub or whatever, I might go back and watch it with the subtitles in the original language. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I'm usually always pro dub, like, you know what I'm saying? I just prefer to hear the American voice, the English, you know what I'm saying? So I can turn my head quickly and like I don't have to worry about reading the screen. But anyways, no. The series is really good. It's going crazy right now. People are loving it. I'm loving it. Actually, even my whole most of my family's watched it, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's going crazy, man. Shout out to Squid Game. And I wish I knew the creator or the person, the guy who wrote the show. I don't know his name. I seen it somewhere, but you know, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I heard that he initially tried to launch it like 10 years ago, whatever, and a lot of channels and networks just weren't picking it up. And 10 years later, Netflix picks it up, and it's the biggest show on Netflix, bro. It's crazy. Things work in mysterious ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason at a certain time. With that being said, y'all let me know down below what y'all thought, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram. So same as YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I'll try to. That being said, peace.